Morning, everyone. Today, my question for you is, do you believe in delayed gratification? Our verse is Romans 13:14. But put on the Lord Jesus Christ and make no provision for the flesh to gratify its desires. In our culture, delayed gratification has become a foreign concept. You could practically say it's become a dirty word. It's something that we seem to lack the maturity to. And part of that is something that we learn. It is not something that is inherent in our nature. As children, we want something now and we want it yesterday. As adults, hopefully, we have learned that some things we need to wait for. Some things we may need to save money for. Some things are not good for us or not good in a particular context. Those are all things we should be learning, and rather than as is so common, give in to what feels good in the moment, whether that's sleeping around or eating anything we want, even if we know it might cause us to gain weight or mess up our bodies, like sugar, weaken our immune system, which we know we don't want to do right now. And according to our verse, we are called to be different than our culture. We are not to do what everybody else is doing around us. That is not the standard we are being held to. And we are called, actually, as it says in our verse, to put on Christ. A picture of this would be like putting on his righteousness like a robe that has been washed in his blood and is pure and white. Unlike anything we can create or anything that we think is pure, which isn't lots of times, it is the only true purity, and we are called to take that on as ours, as believers, that he is clothing us in his righteousness. And to, in doing that, also not give in to the flesh, however that looks. That could be not giving in to something physical. It can be mental. It can be food, as we've been talking about. Whatever it is that is in your life, each of us kind of have our own list, though a lot of things are on most people's lists, but whatever it is that would call you away from God and distract you from being the best he wants you to be, anything that would do that is ultimately not something you want to give into. So my call to action for you today is to ask God to show you where you are giving in to fleshly desires. He is more than happy to show those to you, because lots of times, especially if it's an area that seems minor or we make a regular habit of giving in, we may not think about it that way. We may have dulled our senses, and so we need God to show us what those things are. And if you want to share something, not necessarily anything super personal, but if you don't want to, but feel free to comment in the post below, ask a question, in the post below. And I want to wrap us up with a song, and I will probably just go through one pass at this, and rather than repeating it multiple times. But feel free to sing along with me. And this is one of my many favorite songs. This is my desire, to honor you, Lord, with all my heart I worship you. All I have within me, I give you praise. All that I adore is in you. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. I live for you alone, every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Lord, have your way in me. Let that be your desire as well. And I will see you next week with another verse.